If you've ever had a bad client, you're going to want to watch this video. We all know that content can bring some really good stuff to your business, like traffic, leads, and sales. But did you also know that when you do it the right way, content can actually repel the wrong fits from your business? These are people that you absolutely want nowhere near your business. And you've probably experienced a few of these people in the past. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to create content that repels those people while at the same time attracting your dream clients. So what is repelling content? Essentially, repelling content is all about repelling those people that aren't the right fit for you in content. It's about making it really clear who you are and aren't the right fit for. And this is really, really helpful content, not just for you, but also for the people consuming that content, kind of understanding if they're the right fit for you. So it has lots and lots of benefits. But you might think to yourself, do I really need repelling content? I kind of just want to attract everyone to my business. And I always ask people this question, well, is your product and service suitable for everyone? Is it the perfect fit for everyone in the world? And the answer to that is always no. It's not suitable for everyone. There are certain people that aren't right for your product and service. And if you think about your past experiences as well, there's going to be clients that you've worked with that haven't really been the right fit, that have really stressed you out and been demanding or been unreasonable. And I bet you're picturing them right now as I'm saying this. But you've probably had those experiences. They cost you a lot of time and money and stress as well. So you want to make sure that you protect your business, protect your time, protect your mental health by repelling these people. And I will say, if you are feeling this as well, you are absolutely not alone. We did a survey of small business owners and 70% of them have said they lost sleep in the past year because of issues they've had with clients. This is a big problem that's costing a lot of money and no one is talking about it. So the first question you're going to want to ask yourself is, who should you repel? And there's actually two types of people that you want to repel from your business. The first one's really obvious, the second one isn't so obvious. So the first one is what we like to call the enemy. And this is someone who makes demands of your time, wants you to work weekends, treats you like an employee to boss around, is rude, doesn't give you feedback or gives you really negative feedback all the time, is critical, all those kind of things, all those kind of people that we want to basically, put our drawbridge up and make sure they don't cross that bridge. And we want to make sure that we don't get in touch with them at all. The second one is the damsel in distress, and they are a little bit more difficult to spot. Now, this isn't gender specific. Any gender can be a damsel, but they are a tricky one to identify. And essentially, these are people who can be really nice, who will pay you on time, who are often really excited to work with you, but they are quite needy. So they need a lot of your time, they need a lot of your energy, they need a lot of advice. And so they're absorbing way, way, way more time and energy than, say, 80% of your other clients. And it becomes, not really worth it. So those are the two people that you really should focus on repelling from your business. People that are really just not very nice in general, and that you think, you know what, I really don't want to work with them. And people that are, can absorb a lot of your time. And even though they're nice and kind and all they're taking up too much time from your business. So those are the two people we recommend that you really target for this kind of content. So the next question is, how do you repel these people? How do you repel people from actually joining your business? And how on earth do you do this through content? It seems like a really strange thing to do. Well, I'm going to give you some examples of exactly how we use repelling content in our business. So here are 3 pieces of content you can create to repel wrong fit clients. The first one is really easy and it's incredibly therapeutic, and that's simply a list of reasons why you shouldn't work with me. We've got this blog post on our website and we've done it for our clients many times. And essentially, this is a list of reasons why someone shouldn't work with you. So to give you an example, in our article about the reasons you shouldn't work with us, one of our points is you have a lot of people in the approval process. Part of what we do for clients is creating consistently good content, and we need that content going out every single day. So if there are 3, 4, 5, 10 people involved in approving that, that's really going to slow that process down and affect the result. So we put that right in that piece of content to make sure that we're only dealing with companies or people where there's very few people involved in that process, so that it speeds things up. So what you're going to want to do is sit down and really examine your past clients. Have a look at every single project that you've ever worked on and think, what could have gone better? What did the client not understand? What really made this project slow or costly or just frustrating for me? And make sure that you create content out of that. Create a list of things out, and then for anyone who gets in touch, you can send them it, and then they can understand exactly what you're looking for out of a client. So that piece of content is incredibly scary to create, but believe me, you are going to thank me later. And actually, your prospects are going to thank you as well, because they're going to understand that you've been so truthful, so upfront, so honest and transparent. They're really, really going to appreciate it. So the second piece of content you're going to want to create is a piece of content that actually repels those damsels in distress from working with you. And these are much harder people to repel, because generally they're really nice, they're really kind, you actually enjoy them, you probably like them, but they absorb too much of your time and energy. So when we ran a web design agency, we actually created this piece of content called Why New Business Owners Shouldn't Invest Thousands of Pounds in a Website. Now, that was to prevent us from working with new business owners who wanted a website, who were really nice, really excited to work with us, but they needed so much hand-holding. They needed to understand, exactly how to set up a business, how to get a logo, what website copy was. They needed explaining so many things. And from our experience, we had to do a lot of hand-holding with these clients, which absorbed a lot of our time. So we created this article to prevent those people from getting in touch with us anyway. And the amazing thing about this is actually the right advice for the client. I don't think any new business owner should invest thousands of pounds in a website, because, we all know how much business has changed in the first 1, 2, or 3 years. So actually, them building their own website is the best advice for them. And what we found was when we created this article, people read it, and then 2, 3 years later, people came back to us and said, I read your article and I really appreciated your honesty. So I've come back to you now for website design now that I'm much more established in my business. And that was perfect. And it works so, so well. It really, really does show that you're incredibly confident, but you're also, out there to make a quick buck out of anyone and everyone. You genuinely care about helping the right people at the right time. And finally, my favorite piece of repelling content, the why I don't do this thing piece of content. So a good example for us on this is why we don't pitch for work. Now, we created this article because a lot of companies were asking us to pitch, to go to pitching meetings, to prepare for pitches and things like that. And that takes up a lot of our time. And sometimes the decision's already been made. They just have to go through the pitching process. So we created this article that really just bypassed the pitch. We'd say, thank you so much for asking us to pitch. Unfortunately, we don't actually pitch for work. And here is the reasons why. And we'd send them that blog post. But if you'd like to have a conversation about it, we'd love to meet with you. And this has actually worked extremely well in our business, because what we've ended up doing is we've not pitched for work, but we've still got work by simply having a conversation with people. Other companies had to go through the rigmarole of preparing to pitch and actually pitch for work. So what you need to think about is, what do I want to stop doing in my business? What do I really hate doing? What really frustrates me? What absorbs so much of my time and energy that's expected of everyone else in my industry, so I kind of just have to do it, but I really don't like it. What is that thing for you? Create a piece of content about it and say, this is why I'm not doing this. And actually doing something like that is incredibly powerful. And a lot of people ask us, why do you actually have to create a piece of content around this? Why can't you just say to someone, look, I don't pitch for work? And the reason is, once something is out there publicly, it is more trusted. So if we say to someone, we don't pitch for work, they might take that a little bit personally. They might think, oh, they don't want to work with me. But if we send them an article that's on our website, freely available, that says, we don't pitch for work, they understand it's not personal to them. It's a rule that we have in our business that applies to everyone. So it takes that kind of personal insult out of it. And finally, you might be wondering, so how do I actually use this kind of content in my sales process? What if someone doesn't go on my blog or my YouTube channel? What if someone doesn't see this content? And this is where the magic comes in, because once someone gets in touch with us and they want a call or they want us to create a proposal for them, the first thing we do is we don't just jump on that call and spend an hour with them and then spend the following 3 hours writing a proposal. We say to them, this project sounds great. We would love to chat more about it. Just before we get into that, here's some content from us that tells you a little bit more about who we are. Here are our prices. Here's who we're not the right fit for. Here's, a buyer's guide, whatever it might be, but we give them some context about who we are, our processes, what we do and what we don't do. So this kind of content works really, really well in a sales process as well. And every single time you send this out, you build your authority, you come across so much more confident, and people trust you so much more because you've been way more transparent than many other businesses in your industry. So if you haven't started creating repelling content yet, now is definitely the time. I know it is scary, but I promise you, you will not regret it. So let me know in the comments below which of these pieces of content you're going to tackle first. If you found this useful, hit like and subscribe to this channel so you get notified the next time we release a video.